Hi, it's me again. Probably like 20 minutes later. There was one thing that I did want to update as I had to, because I got so sick on Tuesday. I unfortunately had to call my attempt at 75 medium. Okay? Yeah, your girl was not able to get past. I did the second workout, but then I wasn't able to do anything else because that was when I got so sick. So yeah, I just wanted to make that quick update because I felt like it was important to be honest and open with the people about what happened to that. Am I gonna attempt 75 hard again? I'd like to, but I think right now I don't think I'll attempt it again in the sense of trying to do the 75 hard aspect of it. The one thing that I kind of take issue with is this whole concept of you don't have a rest day. That may be great for people who are younger. I have found though, being the age that I'm at, not that I'm ancient, not that I'm a senior citizen by any means, I need the rest day. Like, I played soccer for about 12 years and bad ankles, that kind of thing. It's whatever. I'm not trying to make excuses. There are so many people who do it and complete it, and that's awesome. I just feel like people have to do what they feel is right for them, and I would like to eventually do it, but it may be something that I have to do a lot later in life when I don't have as many distractions. Now, that being said, there are elements of 75 hard that I still want to implement in my day-to-day life. One of them is the daily reading, so like my daily devotional, and then trying to drink, I don't know if I'll ever hit a gallon, but trying to drink as much water as I possibly can. I have this like thing that's 32 ounces, and all I know is that 5 of them is at least a gallon. So my goal is to at least drink 3 of those, which is pretty easy for me to do throughout the day. And then, if I do a 2-a-day situation, that's perfectly fine. But trying to be like, gotta do it outside, rain or shine, or, having to hit all these tenets or you're a failure. Like, I don't know, that might just, honestly, me being completely transparent, that might be me just putting too much on myself to commit to right now in this particular point in time. Like I said, I know so many people have done it, have completed it. I will say it's probably helpful to do it with someone, like have an accountability partner, right? Like you can do it with somebody, but when you're doing it on your own, it's difficult. And sometimes like you have to take care of other people. And that was kind of going to what I was saying earlier on in the week, is that, I'm really bad about self-care because so many times I'm always taking care of someone else. Like, for example, I don't know if I had mentioned this before, probably not, because we're still building, we're still getting to know each other here. But my mom actually lives with us. She has an in-law suite, and it's her own like little studio apartment that she lives in, and she splits her time between our house in the mountains and then my aunt's house, which is a little bit more in the suburbs, closer to the city. Not in the city by any means, but a lot closer to the city, probably about 25-30 minutes out at most, whereas I'm like 2 hours out at least from the city. So yeah, but my mom is, gotta make sure she doesn't pop in on me. My mom's older, she's like 79, or she's turning 79 this year. And if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I am multitasking, so I apologize. I literally have 1,264 rows to get through, and I am only on row 310. So yeah, a lot of rows to look at on an Excel file and a SQL database. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Me trying to multitask, failing miserably. So yeah, my mom lives with us, and like, even though the boys aren't with me right now, it's like when she's here, if I do cook, which I love to cook, it's just sometimes I don't always have a chance to cook. but I will be cooking tonight because I want to try to attempt something that I had made up in my head, and hopefully it doesn't taste like crap. But if it does, I do have a backup plan for that. So if what I want to make just goes to complete bootios, then we'll execute the backup plan. My husband will just have to wait a little bit longer for the backup plan, but not too much longer, probably about 30 minutes. So I'll show you what that meal entails. It's nothing special. It's nothing special. It's just gonna be garlic, a little olive oil, some butter, some bacon, and then what was I gonna do? Some tomato in there, break the tomatoes down. Basically, I'm making a cream sauce, but not like an all the way Alfredo sauce, because I think a pure Alfredo sauce doesn't use chicken broth. This is just gonna be more of a cream-based sauce. So it's gonna be reduced with the chicken broth and heavy whipping cream. And then throw the pasta in there and make something together, you know? So we'll see how it turns out. If it turns out like butt, then I'll still share it with you, because why not share my failed recipe with the world? If it turns out amazing, then hopefully someone will be like, oh my God, that looks amazing. Can I have the recipe? And I'll be like, sure, this is it. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But my point is, even when my kids aren't here, but when they are here especially, it's like I gotta take care of my family, and I oftentimes feel like I'm the caregiver and I'm the one who has to hold everyone together. So all that being said, tying back to my third attempt with 75 hard, is I have too much on my plate. I said it. I have too much on my plate. I thought it was something I could attempt, but right now I have a little bit too much on me, and maybe that's a lot of pressure that I put on myself, but I don't think so. I just have a lot of responsibility that's on my plate. You know, like I do work full time. My husband does as well. Maybe one day we'll be not maybe, I'm going to manifest it. One day, Lord willing, we will become independently wealthy somehow. But for the time being, we working, okay? We're working 40-hour weeks. Sometimes I work longer because my job is very deadline oriented. So like right now, this project that I'm working on is something that I think the managers, I'm not working on this project for my direct team, but it's like our sister team, if you will. And he wanted his deadline to be June 30th. Either June 30th or July 30th. But I think this state in particular that I'm working on is a June 30th deadline. I'm not quite sure. So this is like one deadline, but I have like daily deadlines that I have to meet. So my job is very intense. Another reason why, I don't know, in my dumb brain, I thought, oh, let me start 75 hard. It seems like such a good idea. Terrible idea. It was a really, really bad idea. I'm like in the height of property tax season for corporations, by the way, not like residential. So don't come for me asking to do taxes, because I would like, no, sorry, no can do. But yeah, it's a lot, you guys. Just a lot, you know. But it's okay. I digress, because now I'm losing my train of thought. But I did want to come back on and explain the whole 75 medium situation, let you guys know that I did follow up with that. I'm gonna do my best to stick to certain things. I do have a small goal to tighten up. I hate to use the word or the term or the words plural weight loss, because I don't need to lose any weight. My weight fluctuates anywhere between 108 to 112 pounds right now, give or take. I'm up 5, you know, down 5, whatever. I used to weigh a lot less, okay? So I definitely don't need to lose any weight. But in terms of body composition, I do want to change my body composition, which does not always equate to weight loss, you know? So right now, for example, I'm wearing a pair of denim shorts that are a size 4. And I was kind of surprised, because your girl has usually always been a little smaller. Now, I'm also 5'2", so keep that in mind. I think Chili from TLC said it best when I saw her on a thing and she said petite with meat. Yeah, that's me. I'm petite with meat. Do not be fooled by the numbers. Like, I am small, but but if you saw me, it's all like, I don't look like, I'm not stick skinny by any means, okay? I've got thick thighs. It's okay. It's so funny because my whole entire life, you guys, I wanted stick skinny legs. Let me look at the thigh gap. I'm totally kidding. I'm not glorifying the thigh gap by any means. But when I was a teenager, that whole look was glorified. And so I was so happy when all of a sudden it was like, no, we want the booty. We want the thick thighs. And that's where I'm at, and that's where I've stayed. I know I've said my numbers, what I like, it's a range. 108 to 112 is what I weigh. I'm 5'2". I'm 41 years old. I've had 2 kids. I have to give you guys the full picture. I am literally 50% Asian. So I'm just trying to give the best picture I can to sort of like, you kind of know and understand like where I'm coming from. But, you know, I do want to, I'm working on a body recomp. So maybe those are the words I need to use instead of weight loss. I need to focus on the words body recomposition, because mentally I know that I can reduce my body fat percentage and increase my muscle mass, but the scale weight doesn't change, and or the scale weight might go up, right? More muscle mass, less fat, etc. I've been working. Look at my tiny little biceps. It's okay. But see, it's also hard for me because like my upper body, I can't even get like a good view. My upper body is really, it's kind of hard for me to put on mass on my upper body. But my thighs though, if I hadn't said it already, pretty sure I did. I played soccer for a very long time. And before I played soccer, I ran. I was a runner. And I've always been into fitness since 10th grade. So I've got thick legs, you guys. Muay Thai might be my next activity. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if I want to do all that. I think I'd get too sweaty, honestly. That's the real reason why, like, the whole idea of, like, doing some sort of grappling sport, I've never pursued it, is just because I think about, I'm a sweaty girl. I also have, this is a lot of information coming at you. I like how I was like, I'm just going to pop back on here and give you a quick update. Talks for 12 minutes. It's okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So, you know, I thought about, oh well, let me learn how to do that self-defense stuff. And what is it? Yeah, mixed martial arts. I was gonna say multi-martial arts. Can I English? Mixed martial arts. That's what I was gonna say. Mixed martial arts. I thought about it, you know, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. I was considering maybe that would be a good thing for me to do, you know, because I'm petite. I want to learn how to defend myself, throw a big old man around if I can. At least try. But the thing is, you're talking about getting down on the ground, rolling around with someone in a gi. I think that's what it's called. The outfits that they wear. Don't hold me to that because I may be wrong. I think that's what it's called though. And I get so sweaty. I would literally slide out of a man's grip, okay? And or woman, they, them, theirs grab. Like if they want to grab me, like they'll get me at first, but I get so sweaty. I have hyperhidrosis. So yeah. It's like, so why am I even worried about it? I would literally just be right out of their grip. So maybe that's not my next step, not my next thing. Truth be told, I'd love to get back into soccer. I had planned on joining an adult league up where I live now, but then I later found out they don't have one up here. Womp womp. Now the church that I go to does do pickup soccer on Thursdays, and I have been meaning to go, but my workload, you guys, has been so insane. It just hasn't been in the cards for me. If they had a pickup game on Saturday mornings, that would be where it's at. That would fit perfectly into my schedule, but maybe one day. Today is not that day. Okay, I'm losing myself now. All right, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say we're not doing 75, whatever have you, anymore at this time. But I am going to try to work on my body recomp. In another video, I'll go back and share what my DEXA results, scans, whatever have you, were last October. I kept thinking I got it done in November, but I actually got it done in October. And then I got something called I never remember it. It's not an in-body scan. It begins with an S. It's another type of scan where you stand on a platform and it rotates. and I had that done. So the system in which they grade body fat is very different than a DEXA scan, but the categories in which you're classified are the same, whether you're athletic, fit, So between the DEXA scan and this scan, last October and earlier this month, I'm still in the fit category, but my body fat percentage on this scan was like 29%, and I was like, excuse me, because it seemed really high, but on the DEXA scan, I was 23.1%, and I weighed 111 pounds then by 23.1%. On this scan, I was 29% at 108 pounds, and I was just like, the math ain't mathing, sir. So he explained it to me. I guess, if I'm going to be real, I think I just need to do another DEXA scan to keep it as apples to apples as I can. But this other scan is offered at my gym for free. So I already scheduled my next follow-up, and we'll see if I move the needle. I'll tell you what though, since I had that scan done, I started my period, and like, it's been a struggle. I have not been doing that well. I've been overeating, undereating, and not hitting my protein goals. So those are things I have to fix. So yeah, that's what I'll keep you guys updated on if you are interested in following along on this journey, which don't ask me what this journey is because I have no idea. Just being a regular mom who works full-time, has a family full-time, and who's trying to navigate life in her 40s. Not mid-40s yet. I turned 42 this year in November, but that's a ways away. All right.